Over 16,000% in profit in backtests. Is this realistic? Well, after you have watched this video, you will know the answer because today I'm going to break down the ElliotV5 SMA Ninja Strategy, a scalping powerhouse that you can run on Fractrade. So stick around because the results might just change how you trade forever. Let's dive into the ElliotV5 SMA Ninja Strategy. Now, the origin of this code is a bit of a mystery because no author is credited. If you know the creator, then drop it in the comments because credits where credits are due. In this algorithm, it's all about catching quick moves in the market, using a simple blend of classic indicators. Now, don't let yourself get fooled by all these indicators that are written down in this code here, because they all seem to be placeholders and not actually used in the strategy. What is important, however, is that this strategy seems to be a scalping one for 5-minute time frame entries and 1-hour time frame for trend detection. The real signals come from the exponential moving average, the Elliott wave oscillator, RSI and volume. And here's how it works. There are actually two entry rules. The first condition is a bullish pullback where price comes below the EMA and the low offset. The EWO should be above a high threshold and the RSI below a buy threshold. And there should be positive volume. And there is also a second condition where the price should be below the EMA times a low offset, the EWO should be below a low threshold, and there is also a positive volume. And if one of those conditions is met, then the strategy enters a trade. Very simple. The exit rule is equally simple because the price should be above a sell EMA times a high offset, and there should be a positive volume. And with most of these Fractrade strategies, there is also an ROI table that provides the exit signals, a trailing stop loss, which is used in this case, and a hard stop loss of minus 18.9. Now, if you follow my channel, then you know that I always backtest these strategies in the same conditions, with the same pairs and over the same time period. The only difference between all these backtests is the strategy code itself. And in this case, the rules, although simple, still provided these very wonderful results. I have used the look ahead bias functionality of the Fractrade bot and no bias was detected. You can always download the code and these backtest results that I have from my Patreon site. The hypothetical profit was over 16,000% with a win rate of 81%. The number of trades was also over 4,600 and the drawdown was slightly less than 9%. Calmer, Shortino, Sharp are all very optimistic and also very important, 89% of the pairs that I use for tests were profitable. Again, these results are from the backtests and they look best in strong bullish markets. The drawdown is low, but only if you start at the right time. And always look at these results with a high amount of skepticism. You should do that with every YouTube video that shows trading results, by the way. The equity plot shows that this strategy catches impulses to the upside very well. Overall, there are more winning trades than losing ones, but I already mentioned that. Unfortunately, the trade entries in this code were not accompanied by labels, so I cannot say which entry rules performed the best here, but the exit signals that cause the highest profits are the trailing stop loss and the exit signal itself. And this is even more visible in this entry and exit signal relationship chart. The drawdown plot shows that overall there is an average drawdown of 0.6%, with spikes to higher drawdowns. Again, if you watched my last video on the performance of these kinds of algorithms, then you also have to take into consideration the moment when you are going to activate these algorithms. Try to activate them in a dip, which is harder than it looks of course, and then let the algorithm do its work. Now, in comparison with the other trading strategies in the strategy league, this one might not have the highest profits, but then again, profits are not the only factor on which these performances are scored. Also, its risk management and other indicators are important too. So adding all these scores up, this strategy ends up in the top 3 of hypothetical best performing trading strategies, meaning that it has the potential to make lots of money, but you should be aware of the caveats of doing algorithmic trading to take full advantage of these backtest exercises and the information they provide. Now, if you found this breakdown helpful, here's what you can do next. Hit that like button because it really helps the channel. And subscribe because I will continue my search for the best trading strategy. If you want to have the full backtest results, the report, the strategy code and other stuff, then you can find this on my Patreon site. Nowadays also including Discord. Remember that I also have written a book about algorithmic cryptocurrency trading for beginners. So if this is your first time, I think the book is an excellent start to begin algorithmic trading. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!